President Trump's plan to remake the courts just delivered a massive blow to Gavin Newsom's hard left agenda. But before we get into that, please join Explain America, like, comment, share. We really appreciate your support for common sense journalism. A federal appeals court just ruled that California's ammunition background check law is unconstitutional. And this was a backbreaking decision by a panel of judges that included two Trump appointees. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, once known as the most left-wing court in America, has officially flipped. And now it's delivering the results Trump promised when he reshaped the judiciary, protection for the Second Amendment, and a hard check on radical state overreach. Let's walk through what just happened. In a 2-1 ruling, the Ninth Circuit struck down California's 2016 ammunition law. That law forced every legal gun owner to go through a background check every single time they bought ammo. Judge Sandra Ikuda wrote the majority opinion. Her words were clear, quote, "California's ammunition background check regime infringes on the fundamental right to keep and bear arms," unquote. Translation, Gavin Newsom and the California legislature went too far. This law had nothing to do with stopping criminals. It was about creating red tape, intimidating gun owners, and undermining the Second Amendment. Judge Ikuda also said the law failed the Bruin test. That's the 2022 Supreme Court decision that says gun laws must be grounded in the historical tradition of firearms regulation in America. The state of California couldn't point to a single valid historical precedent for what they were doing. And that's why this ruling matters so much. This wasn't just a technical legal loss for Newsom. This was a clear signal that the courts Trump reshaped are now doing what he set them up to do: defend the Constitution. California's Attorney General says they're exploring their options. They can ask for an 11-judge review or appeal to the Supreme Court. But with this precedent in place and a fairly 6-3 conservative majority on the Supreme Court, that appeal is likely to backfire. Meanwhile, Newsom is melting down. He called the ruling a slap in the face to California voters. But here's the thing. Voters don't get to vote away constitutional rights. That's not how this works. Kim Rhode, an Olympic gold medalist in shooting, was one of the plaintiffs in the case. She called the decision a huge win for all gun owners in California, and she's right. This ruling doesn't just strike down an unconstitutional law, it's part of a broader judicial revolution that Donald Trump began in 2017. He appointed nearly 300 judges, including 10 to the Ninth Circuit alone, completely transforming the makeup of the court. The result is that judges like Sandra Ikuda and Kenneth Lee now lead the charge in defending gun rights, free speech, religious liberty, and election integrity. Gavin Newsom wants the power to regulate your rights out of existence. President Trump appointed judges who are standing in his way. And this ruling is just the beginning. If you like this story, please like, comment, and share. We appreciate your support for Explain America.